Can you hear her snoring, my cat? I'm gonna see if I picks it up later. But okay. Anime X Fitness here, bringing to you chapter 1003 review of One Piece called Night on the Game Board. But before we start, oh my god, Kaido has a hybrid form. What does this mean for all the other mythical fruits? What about the Odin fight? What about the Shanks fight? Did he go hybrid form before with the Odin? Or did he not have it before? Or maybe just because of spoilers, Oda didn't show us? What about Marco's hybrid? So many questions now. So we jump straight in. Well, first, the cover quest. We have a scorpion giving a cactus flower to Reiju, which is a sweet gesture. And then I think, oh wait, she sucks poison though. Anyway, okay. We start right where we left off with Kaido getting punched straight in the face by Luffy's Kong Gatling gun now. And everybody, I love this part. Everybody's just on the sidelines. Everybody's just watching, and Luffy's back must be hurting from carrying this team, I swear. But then we get something awesome later in this chapter that we'll get to. But Luffy's really throwing out a bunch of hands to Kaido in this. Even Big Mom's surprised, and she's been surprised a lot lately. And I'm guessing she's thinking, what happened? How did you get so strong? You were not this strong in Whole Cake Island when you punched me once with your fourth gear form. But yeah, Luffy lands one straight punch straight to the face to knock him down through the ground, and everything shakes. And Kid is looking super like worried. Not worried. He's just glad he's not on the other side of this beatdown. But he's wondering like how's where's all that power coming from? And even Big Mom is like, Kaido, are you good? Or she's questioning like, that looked like it hurt. And everybody's just sitting there staring in awe. And then Luffy, we finally get to see when Luffy gasses out and gets out of his fourth gear form. And it took, I guess, 3 chapters, but we finally get to see him get out of... No, 2 chapters, right? 1001 and 1002, he was in 4th gear form. 1003, he was still in it, but he finally reverts and gasses out of his 4th gear. And Law... I like this part. Kid was even surprised, like, when did Kaido hit you, Straw Hat? Are you good? Law's like, no. This is just the rebound effect of going into that cannonball-like effect he does. And the Kid he thinks like, even then, with all that strength, there comes a drawback with that form. But it threw out a lot of power. And what I like the most out of all these chapters so far is that we get no hesitation and no stops. So usually there'll be like a stop or like a pause, maybe they talk, or maybe there's just like they're thinking about something. But there's no stops here. All the stops by Oda got removed, and Big Mom goes straight for another attack right after Luffy got down. No hesitations, continuously from like chapter 1001. There has not been any hesitations from either Big Mom or Kaido, and I'm loving it. And she goes straight for Luffy after he's on the ground. And Zoro, of course, thankfully, Zolo, with the save. We finally get to see Kid on the offensive now, with Killer saying, okay, let's not even give him any room to breathe. Let's go straight after Kaido and keep attacking him while like we maintain the damage that Luffy just finished bringing. And I guess Law decided to go after Big Mom, and he jumps, or well, not jumps, he teleports, he shambles. He shambles straight to Big Mom, and he ends up doing a counter shock. I haven't seen him use this before, but it looks like it actually did some damage to Big Mom, thankfully. So even Big Mom's getting hurt in some of these attacks. And Kaido turns around, he finally gets up, and he does a twister attack. He does a twister attack, and I just see Kid losing all his metal parts, and I'm just like, come on, man. Gosh darn it. And Killer just gets blown away. I'm like, God. Okay. I, I guess that's what I was expecting. And also Zoro messes up here. Butterfingers, he lets Luffy get carried by the wind. And I'm just like, come on, Zoro. But he makes it up, don't worry. So Kaido ends up eating Luffy. I feel like I've seen Luffy get eaten by so many things by now. But Zoro quickly, on the offensive, he just gets his 3 swords, armaments up his swords, and he ends up doing his own Black Dragon Twister against Kaido, and we see him cut Kaido. Now, power scalers are gonna love this, but I'm wondering if it's because of Enma, or is this his own strength also? I mean, of course, Enma has a part to do with it, but how much of it is his own strength when it comes to the armament hockey? And is it real? Or is it just strictly willpower, force, strength, and just armament hockey? The first version, just to cut through the scales. And everybody got surprised that Zoro got to cut through Kaido. And Zoro's actually like the first one that actually gets to cut the scales. Luffy was always doing internal damage with the Ryo. Even Big Mom said they were able to cut Kaido. So I wonder where it goes from here with with Zoro doing armament attacks. Kaido finally realizes that it's the sword that's throwing out that weird haki, and it says yes, that's Odin's sword. He remembers that haki. Of course, it's been 20 years when like the last time he felt like Odin's haki, and remembers fighting Odin, but he still remembers the haki that he would draw out. And I like it because he laughs. He's like, you matched my twister with your twister. And he laughs. I love it. And he throws out a flurry of wind attacks back at everybody. And everybody's doing their own thing to dodge or just like reflect it back. And the roof to dodge and reflect it back. Right, okay. The roof keeps collapsing. We finally cut out of that fight, and we cut over to everybody in Onigashima still in the center fighting everybody. And we have somebody narrating. Well, before the narrating, we see Orochi's head. Oda focuses again on Orochi's head, but we don't see Orochi's body anywhere in the frame. And I would assume people are half and half. People are just thinking, yes, just Orochi's dead, just don't even bring his story back, doesn't matter. But some people are just thinking, there's so many plot threads still left, maybe he comes back and then Momonosuke does something, or Hiyori's plot line still feels like it's like you're just gonna cut that plot line. So I feel like something with Hiyori has to come through also. So I feel like maybe he's probably gonna be still alive due to all the plot threads that are still going with Orochi. And we get to see a we get to see Cypher pull Aegis Zero. Well, somebody's playing a chess game there, but they're talking and saying how this 30,000 men would not have ever worked against 5,000 men. And so surprise attack was a brilliant idea, and good, because that helps those 5,400 men attack and surprise attack those 30,000, right? But even with that surprise attack, just taking out like the Yonkos, which first of all they're like that's probably not gonna happen. Even then, they're already losing. There's 400 gone from the 5,000. The remaining people would have to take out the captains. They would have to do so much just to win. And now it's like it's feeling like maybe they're not gonna lose this fight anymore. Maybe they're gonna win, because Luffy and the Straw Hats love to go against the grain, and they love to do pretty much the impossible. So, and then they show a scene with all the Straw Hats. Frankie, I love the Frankie like showcase. Just I love his armor, his yell. He's fighting. He's gonna be fighting. I feel like next chapter it's just gonna, it might just cut off everything and go to the Straw Hats fighting. I want to see more of the Jinbei and Frankie fight. Please, I want to see Frankie get armament hockey, and I feel like others are probably thinking that he would get armament hockey in this case versus Triceratops. But yeah, the more that the pirates and the samurai can take each other out, and the Yonko can take each other out, the better for Aegis Zero, you know. And we go to the last chapter. Okay, when I tell you that I stood up and was so hyped for this moment, when I see all of them, they look super beat up, and I see Kaido's hand on that club, I'm just thinking, this man pulled out a hybrid form. We have hybrid Dragon Man form Kaido. Oh man, and then he comes out and he just says, "This is fun," and laughs. Oh man, end of chapter. Oh, no way. What a good chapter. Thoroughly enjoyed the chapter. So it looks like Kaido still has his dragon horns. He's gonna end up having all the scales. So dragon form must be his most defensive form. He still can dish out damage with all the elemental damage he can do out. But his human his human form, he's gonna dish out a lot of club damage, a lot of damage. But I'm guessing he's not as physically defensive. So this hybrid form just brings out the defense and the speed of his normal form, of his human form, Oni form, and he just combines it into one. So all the supernova are just looking beat the hell up, and this man comes out with a hybrid form, updated strength and defense. And I hope so this puts up other questions, and I guess predictions for the next chapter. This brings up other questions, like Marco's hybrid form. What's his hybrid form? Is he going to be... Because he looks like he can do a hybrid-ish form of like half fire, half human sort of deal. What about the ancient types, like Queen, King, Jack? Do they not get a hybrid form? Or are they just not showcasing it yet? Because I find it weird that Jack was still in his elephant form even after the Minks came out with their Sulong form, and he got beat up and got sent away in his elephant form. So I'm guessing he doesn't have a hybrid form. If not, he would have been in that hybrid form versus Inurashi and Nekomamushi. So that just doesn't make sense if he just lost like that and didn't go hybrid form to show his full power, and he lost. Let's see. Other predictions for the next chapter. We leave it to Oda to show us Kaido's hybrid form silhouette and then not show us his form next chapter. Watch, that's gonna happen. So he's gonna show, I'm guessing it's gonna cut to the other Straw Hats, the other fights. I'm hoping we get to see Frankie, Jinbei, all the other Straw Hats fighting, and Nico Robin, Nami and Brooke doing something. Sanji, what the heck's going on with Sanji and Black Maria? I hope we get to see all the other Straw Hats fighting. That's what I assume is going to happen next chapter with all of them. And we might get what Kaido looks like at the end of the next chapter. Or we just, Oda's not playing, just bring out Kaido hybrid form, show us what it is, and then keep showing us the fight. But I feel like he's going to start cutting off to other parts so we get some Straw Hat hype. And yeah, that's the end of the chapter for me. That's it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment and a like, and I'll see you guys later. Nice. Nailed it. Alright, we start the chapter right where we left off, where Luffy's giving the Kong gun against Kaido. Wait a minute. I didn't start the chapter how I wanted to. Hold up.